we're learning this, sinabi ni Lord na, it is grace to preach, but it is a supernatural provision when you preach what you are still learning. So, na-release po ako dun nung nag-pray ako, tas yun yung sagot ni Lord. So, okay. In the fullness of Christ, there is grace in place of grace. Okay. So, kung titingnan po natin yung translation po ng grace in place of grace is, in Greek, it's Charin anti Charitos. Okay, Charin anti Charitos. So, in the modern language, grace in place of grace. But in the translation, magkaiba, di ba? Charin anti Charitos. So, sabi ko, Lord, ano ibig sabihin nun? Paano po yun? Kasi the first time we received grace in place of grace, it was not just me. It was a fellowship. Tapos sobrang may mind-boggled na parang, grace in place of grace, ano yun? So, sabi ni Lord, Charin anti Charitos. Tapos sabi niya, Charin, and then anti Charitos. So, ang una ko pong na-figure out dun sa phrase na yun is anti or anti. So, sabi ko, Lord, ika-counter mo or against ka dun sa grace na binigay mo? Or, kasi yun yung translation niya eh. Paano yun, Lord? It means grace, anti-grace. Sabi niya, kasi ganun ako kabongga eh. Pinagpipray ko yung Lord, parang yun yung sagot ni Lord, ganun ako ganun ako ka-generous, ganun ako kalaki. Na I can counter, not really against, but I can counter yung essence nun, I can counter the grace that I have given you and give you a greater grace that you will receive. And that grace is supposed to be claimed all the time. Yun po, yung Charin anti-Charitos. So, Charin, grace, yun yung grace manifested, countering, grace na original source, countering grace manifested. That's why, pag tinignan po natin, kapag really, when we go into the presence of God, mapapansin po natin na parang we cannot really contribute to Him kasi wala pala talaga. That's why, yun po, yung grace that we know cannot be applied to the season that we have now. That's why we have to constantly get the grace of that. So baka maaaring inisip po natin, yung grace na yun is yung physical provision. Pwede naman po. Pwede, physical provision or a change in the situation. Lahat po yun pwede. But that's what makes it cheap eh. When we apply the word physical or natural in a sense. Kasi first of all, God is spirit. That's why continuously, the best option that we have is claiming the grace that we can be renewed every time whenever we go to the presence of God.